and all that, and the struggle, you know. Steve Jobs put funds, and it's like years and years before they made money. But they had the technology. Because the Pixar, that thing, it was the one that helped them to do the thing. You know? So I would say, if you are very good at it, you must be very good. I was good at it, then do it, you know. But otherwise, under animation, there's you can do animation for advertisement, advertising industry, or whatever. So, you know, but it's very competitive. I'm saying, you know, because there are a lot of things coming out. You know, if you're not that good, people will pick it up. You know.
So as a VC, what is your criteria in investing in a project?
My criteria is that actually I'm very. First of all, even if you are doing a series, so you must get your first series to be. You must sell it. If you can sell it, or get somebody interested in it before you start developing your trailer. You know, get people. Then we can look at it. Yeah, you know.
So I already have a trailer. Would you like to look at it?
Yeah, sure. You're from here, are you?
Sorry?
Here. Are you from here?
No, I'm actually on my own.
On your own. Okay, sure. Yeah. No. I mean, we can go through with you. You know. Yeah. No more questions?
Any more questions? Victor here. I was just thinking in terms of, could you elaborate a bit more in terms of when you enter in a company?
Yeah.
How do you help to build the business in what way? I'd like to understand more.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I will...
and also how it may be different in terms of your style, and you said that VCs in US tend to have a different style.
I think we are more US VC style because Walden, so that's why I said I was lucky to be exposed in how they do things. So I will not know about other local VCs, but we are spending 10 years with Walden and talking to all the partners. I think, I must say, I learned quite a lot from them on how they manage. So one of the things is, we are very, we don't want to manage the company. No, the founders and the team have to be responsible for the business and everything. We are supporting, you know, so we more supporting you guys. So I try not to make decisions for people. I will ask you the questions so that you make the decision. You know, because if you make decisions, oh, you say so, it was your decision. I would just say, okay, you want to do this? Okay, why do you want to do it? You know, how are you going to do it? You know, is it going to make a difference to the company, right? So we will spend maybe even every week. Now I'm doing this so-called seed company. I meet those guys like almost every week, or two at most if they're busy every fortnight. But online, we can always communicate online. So we'll guide them. We can even help them to hire people, you know, hiring, you know. They're looking to hire an accountant, hire the team. So they'll come and tell us, show us the CV. We say, okay, what do you think? So then they'll go to trial and error, you know. Sometimes as a startup, you may hire people who are too experienced for your environment, and they don't fit in, you know. So I would say it's better to not to just say, thinking that the people, you know, so you did hire the right people, and then maybe when you grow bigger, then you hire the more experienced people. And then we help them with the hiring, we help them, we brainstorm on the direction of the company, like constantly brainstorm and all that. And of course, also a lot of startups, like this, neglect their finance. They don't even know. I say, how much funds do you have in the bank? They don't know, right? You know, and I mean, it's quite normal, you know. And they spend without knowing when they're going to run out of cash, right? So the first you start with 4 people, then suddenly 6 months later you see you have 20 people. Then you say, you know, are you sure you have enough funds? Then they don't know, right? So you know, the whole thing is train them to say, look at here's a cash flow management. So we go through all that, and then the marketing, we help them to go, you know, to do which market they should. So it's a lot of brainstorming, a lot of working with them. Then exit, we help them with IPOs, we help them with trade sale, valuation, you know, we tell them, okay, this is how you value the company. And I mean, I try to be an honest VC. I tell you, okay, if I give you 5 million, I'm going to get 25% of your company. And how do I derive it? I will tell them, upfront, this is how I get it. Okay, you go back and think about it. I mean, actually startups, you know. Then I don't want to say, you know, there's a lot of entrepreneurs actually don't know what 5 million and 25 million, 25% means, right? So we explain to them, guide them through. Yeah. So it's actually quite a lot of hand-holding, but we don't want to go in and manage the company. So we are not day-to-day.
What kind of returns are you looking at?
I was just saying minimum, we are hoping to get at least 3 times return. You know,
Time horizon.
anytime. Because you know why? Our fund, we can only invest once, right? So they don't allow us to reinvest in the fund. So when they don't, that means if I make an investment, I divest, I return the funds back to my investors. I don't reinvest those funds. So that's why they measure us based on the returns on the fund size.
Even though it's growing,
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
making a lot of money.
Yeah. Every investment we make, we divest, we return the investment, we distribute it back to the investors. Yeah. So,
Cool, yeah.
yeah.
I just want to check with you, ask you whether, based on your experience in the industry, maybe you can share one of the nightmare scenarios that the VC has gone through.
Okay. I think my nightmare is don't work with people you cannot get along with. That is really, so now I'm very, I spend time meeting my potential investee. Because you know why? A lot of entrepreneurs have a lot of ego, you know, big ego. And it's good, I'm not ego, it's not a negative thing. But it must be, no, if you don't have the ego, you cannot be successful, you know. Because you must be proud of what you do and you want to do well and all that. But if you have an ego where you say, I don't want to listen to you, you know, you don't know what you're doing, unreasonable kind of thing, then that is different. So I find that has been I'm very working with people who don't know how to work with other people, you know what I mean? So that's one of the things people. And the other thing I find is that the internet, the software companies, the life cycle is very short. You know, a few years ago, everybody was doing enterprise software, and now nobody wants to see enterprise software. You know, and so I always question them, how long is this going to last and all that. You know, so you find that speed now. So I have a company where in every time for a few years I says speed, you know, they don't understand, right? Until one day they find that they're not selling their products. Then we went in and we found out actually their software was not updated, right? So we, like the example I said, we asked them, okay, go back and revamp it. They work with an Australian team, bring up to date software. We spent like 15 million on this company just to revamp the product so that we can relaunch, you know? But the thing is that, this is the thing we learned subsequently, but you expect the CEO to know, you know? But he somehow also didn't know, and we also at the board also didn't know. And then when we started saying what's wrong, then only we found out. So I also realized that, you know, keeping your product you know, up to date is so important if you want to be sustainable in terms of your revenue. Yeah, I think those would be, yeah.
What was your dream experience?
My dream experience. Actually, one of the, although Josh said, one of my investment was, we invested in this company called Transmeta those days, you know. It was a Silicon Valley investment. We made like 20 times return, you know. And I was not deep in investment, and I was really excited about it because, you know, this one like 20 times return, you know. But we had to monitor the company for a while, yeah. So, but in Silicon Valley, of course, there were a lot of failures in the sense that they cut very quickly, like I said, you know. And the successful one, they have 20 times to cover the tree. They sort of liquidated, you know. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, and I find, yeah, I really enjoy watching